Well, good morning, all of y'all. How are y'all doing, my beautiful, beautiful little rum monk? So, sorry, let me back up and let me get up out of my work spot and everything. Let me get on the road. Anyways, how are you all doing this beautiful, beautiful morning? No, it's not probably not morning for everybody. It's probably evening for a few, or midday, depending on where you are. I just want to say, how you doing, Dale, brother? How you doing, Derek, brother? How you doing, Lynn, sis? How you doing, George, brother? But yeah, so I set out y'all can't see, but there's a person in front of me. I was having a conversation with them and everything, and they are they are stockpiling and learning how to prep and everything. And, that's a thing everybody needs to start learning how to do. Everybody needs to learn how to start stockpiling what you need, stockpiling the essentials. You know, sooner or later, you know, things are going to run out. Things have been on the brink of running out for the last good 3 years, going on 4. But most stuff, if you can't get your hands on, detergent to wash your clothes, stuff like that, there's other methods to be able to make soap alternatives. There's a there's a plant called the Boscia plant, and if you dig up the roots and everything of it from the stalk all the way down through the roots. It, if you grind it up, make a kind of like slivers out of it. You can use pieces of those slivers to combined with water and everything to make a soapy, you know, what is it called? A substitute to like regular soap and lather. You can make soap out of pretty much anything. You make it out of lard, you can make it out of fat, you can make it out of pine sap. You know, a lot of a lot of plants make soap, so you don't really have to worry about that in days. There is, I set up a community tab and everything last night because I'm running out of ideas and everything to continuously preach about and talk about. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of already beaten information. Yes. There is anything and everything that you have an idea on. You can. You could type it into Google. You could type it into YouTube, whatever, and you're going to find thousands and thousands of things on it. What I want to do, what I've always wanted to do with this is help focus and help teach people what they want to learn. And that's different, you know. A lot of these other survival channels and everything, what they do is just discuss what they want to discuss. They're not here to give information to individuals that are just starting out or individuals that are having problems with certain issues. And for a community to help a community, we need to learn from the individuals that are joining your web and that's joining your community, joining your channel. You need to focus on them. You don't need to continuously focus on what you seem fit to teach people. Because that gets boring, especially if people, but you also have to teach people to open up. You need people to ask questions about what they are concerned about, what they have came to you for advice for. Take care, Lynn, sis. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Dale. It's it's not just me, brother. Your channel's good. Everybody else's channel's good, and you know, it's. I was looking through my community posts and everything, and I've got more responses and I got more likes and everything out of my community posts than I have ever done on any of my live streams. I've got like one of my most recent community posts about the side effects of instant noodles, the ramen noodles that every survivalist swears on their life to get. And I posted, I posted the reasons why that, and I've got over, I think it was over 2,000 views, 2,000, and I've got over like 500 comments on that. And, you know, that makes me that makes me feel good that people are watching that stuff on my channel, you know, because these live streams, these videos, and everything, that's all that they are. They can be seen at any time. They can be watched at a moment's notice. You know what I mean? But trying to get a community to come together, a community to discuss within each other. What's up, John, brother? How you doing? Good morning, brother. Good morning. There is there's more to a community than somebody spouting their craziness to influence others. And we have to work as a community as one whole. But you get some of these big head, survivalist channels, prepper channels, stuff like that, and they feed down your throat that it has to be their way, not anybody else's way, but theirs. And that's not how it is to survive. You can have 7 different survivalists, 7 different preppers in the same room, and none of them are going to agree on the exact same topic. It has been that way since the dawn of time. It's been that way since man has learned how to speak. And that needs to change. It needs to change. Yes, everybody can have their own different way of doing things. Yes. But we need to see each other's point of view from the opposite direction. Me and Dale may not see eye to eye on every survival situation. Me and John may not see every survival situation eye to eye. John and Dale could both bring something brand new to the idea of survival, the idea of prepping that nobody else has brought to the table. And those are the ideas that we need to learn. Those are the ideas that we need to have as a backup plan. Because not every plan goes perfectly. And yes, there could be 50 different ideas, yes. And in a perfect situation, all 50 of those plans may come out perfect because it's a perfect world. But there may be flaws in each one of those plans that if a true SHTF situation happens, maybe 25 of those 50 ideas cannot work in a true SHTF situation because we can't plan for every loophole in a survival or preparation or situation. That's the thing with nature. That's the thing with the elements. There's always a kink in everybody's plan. There's a kink in everybody's idea. And like I said, I made a community post. And if you voted for it, thank you. And I've already seen that, what people would like to see on my channel. I'm getting a feel of it. I'm gonna let that run probably until the end of next week. Okay. Then I'm gonna take the top 3. I'm gonna take the top 3 out of the 5 that I posted, and we're going to do videos on that. We're going to broaden and expand this channel of mine, and not the way that I want it to go per se, but the way that the community wants to learn, the way the community wants to have information, and that is how we're going to learn. That's how we're going to thrive. What's up, brother? How you doing? But that's how we're going to have. That's how information is going to be passed on. We will continuously. I will continuously start making. You know, we'll do these 3 subjects starting next Friday. All right, and every month I'm going to. Uh, Best to you too, brother. Thank you. Because sooner or later, this information needs to be learned. Sooner or later, this information needs to be brought out. And I'm not a politically correct survivalist. I never have been. I never will be. I don't cater to people that are afraid of everything. I don't. Once you're afraid of everything, you're not going to be able to handle the truth. You're not going to be able to handle the reality of the situation. I know there's one too many people out there that like to play weekend warrior. There's way too many people out there that like to play weekend warrior. That's all fine, I guess. You know, you go out into the woods with your little bushcraft kit, you make your mud hut with your man-made tools and your digging equipment and all that stuff, and you sit out there and you whittle a piece of wood. Congratulations. But what's that going to do for you in a real life SHTF situation? What happens when you can't take your pint of beer and your 3-pound steak and your butane stove and your handmade cutlery when the world's falling apart around you? It's it's pointless learning. It's pointless going out into the wilderness to have fun, if you catch my drift, you know. It's SHTF is to put us in the worst situation. SHTF is SHTF is to teach us to starve, to teach us to overcome the most stressful situations with no food, no water, and get back to safety. Say hello to my pack of killer cats. I got 5 attack cats. Nice. All right, John, I will, brother. Yeah, go Mel Gibson on everybody. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, why people are taking SHTF as a hobby. They are not respecting the idea of SHTF. They're not they're not taking the realism of prepping seriously. They're not taking SHTF seriously. There is there is a time to have fun. There is. I'm not saying that you have to be stone cold, war hardened, stone cold war hardened, person that can't take a joke, can't have fun, can't enjoy the money that you spend on your stuff. But in the reality of everything, yes, you buy good shit. You buy good shit while you have the money. You buy state of the art equipment while you have the money and while you can learn with it. SH SHFT. Um, SH I mean SHTF is an acronym. Yeah, well, SHTF is an acronym for preppers and survivalists. It means when the shit hits the fan. And that is it's an acronym to say that the worst has hit us. End times are here. You need to buckle down and survive. It's been, that acronym's been around for the last 40 years. It's it's pretty much a code, but everybody knows that code now. Not everybody, because not everybody uses that code. It's say people thought 9/11 was an SHTF moment. What's up, Hobbs? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, brother. There is there's a lot of acronyms out there for prepping into the world, stuff like that. Like, they call it the Mayan collapse, okay, or the Mayan clock. Yes, there is a Mayan calendar, but the Mayan collapse and the Mayan clock is also an acronym for prepare now. When somebody says the Mayan clock is ticking, that means you only have a certain amount of months before you need to get your shit together. Mm-hmm. I understand, brother. Yeah. And I was raised in a very Christian family too. Like my dad, he was a Baptist preacher. My grandparents on my dad's side of the family, they weren't Christian. Yeah. It depends on how you were raised, brother. It depends. Like I said, every group, a lot of Christian families and everything, they use Judgment Day. They use Judgment Day as the SHTF moment. Instead of like Judgment Day, when preppers and yep, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the rapture, the end of days, Judgment Day, that was also a term also for a lot of people to prep, a lot of people to read the signs. You go to Mormon, you go to the Mormon parts of the states, you go to the Amish parts of the states, stuff like that. The Mormons are specialists, like literally specialists in prepping. They they have huge warehouses and everything that is open to the public to teach them how to prep, how to stockpile, what to stockpile. You can go to a Mormon, community, and you just say, I need to learn stockpiling. I need to learn prepping. They have 500 elders that's going to teach you how to do that. Hey Angel, how you doing, sis? What's up, HK? Oh yeah, Hobbs. Yeah. See, that's the thing with prepping. That's the thing with SHTF. Like I say, you can have a you can have 10 preppers, you can have 10 survivalists all in the same room. Every single one of those survivalists, every single one of those preppers are prepping for the same cause, but prepping for different causes. You may have you may have a prepper there that's prepping for the bird flu. You may have a prepper there that's prepping for the AI revolt, EMP waves, stuff like that. You may have somebody that you may have somebody there that's prepping for contaminated water. You may have somebody think because we have so many nuclear power plants in the United States that all our drinkable water and fresh water is going to be contaminated once, just like, the when the nuclear power plant in Japan went down or Chernobyl went down. All of that water, everything is still unusable, still undrinkable, even to this day. So you have all these people that have purification kits. They have everything to deal with water contaminants, but they don't have anything to deal with what if the zombie deer virus widespreads and it contaminates everything. Right. Pretty much, Angel. Yes. Be ready for everything, not just one situation. Oh yeah. Well, if you know, if you've been looking at the news and everything, Hobbs, brother, the Euphrates is already dried up. That was one of the things in the Bible that said that is starting the end days. Is once the Euphrates dries up, that was the river of life. The Euphrates is dried up completely. And now, if you look at it in the news, all the countries are going against Israel, you know? Yeah, you expect for the worst. You plan for bad, but you expect the worst. And if you plan for everything from option A through Z, if you what you need to really prep for is food, water, and security. Your house, your land, taking care of all that stuff. If you have land to grow crops on, if you have a house to stockpile, if you have water, access to water, you have plenty of food backed up, you should be able to handle everything. As long as you know how to ration yourself. Because if you cannot ration food, if you cannot ration water, that's what's going to kill you. It's good to see y'all too. Give me a second, my phone's about to die. Let me get a charger real quick. Hold up. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, everybody. Anyways, no, let me read what y'all were saying. Yeah, water. Water is the most important thing. When people tell you to stockpile bottles of water and everything, bottled water turns toxic with BPA, all that stuff in there. Salt water, if you're around a salt water source, you can right now, if you have the money for it and everything, because I'm a prepper on the cheap. I am poor. I work my ass off every day, but I'm not rich. And but you can, a lot of these cruise liners that do go through the ocean and everything, on their emergency rafts, they have saltwater purification kits, which is an actual saltwater desaline machine. It can do 60 gallons of water before it clogs up. But the cool thing about them is you can take the filter out. You can deep wash the filter, boil it in water, and it will desaline the water again for another 60 gallons of water. You can keep that going. You'll have an unlimited supply of fresh water that's, from salt water. Yeah. Yes, you can do saltwater enemas. Yes, you can. You can take up to a teaspoon of seawater a day, salt water a day. Yes, but you can get a saltwater decontaminator. I call it a decontaminator. I hate using the word desalining, but you can get one of those off of eBay right now. They are expired, but they still work. Because with the way businesses and everything has to be up to date and everything, just in case something does happen, and they have to use these emergency boats and everything. You can buy them off of eBay right now for about $200 for one of those desaliners. It's a good price and it's worth it if you're around salt water. If you're not around salt water, don't spend your money on it. To tell you the truth, do not. If you're around just basic, regular fresh water, invest in a Sawyer Mini. A Sawyer Mini filtrates 99.9% of all contaminations, everything in water, and it filters up to 100,000 gallons of water for $20. Right now, it's running for like $25 because of everything has been marked up. But invest in at least 6, buy at least 6 of those Sawyer minis, please, because the Sawyer minis, it is a squeeze filtration, which means you have to screw it on top of a bottle or something like that, and you have to squeeze the water through it to filtrate it. But that's fine. You can find a bottle water, you can find a bottle anywhere that will fit it. And they even sell their own water bottles and everything to fit that. Water is the most needed thing for humans. You can only live for 3 days without water. Remember that. 3 days without water. And it is the worst death ever. Your body will start shutting down organ by organ. Good job. Nice to hear that, Angel, sis. You take care of yourself, all right? Take care. Love you, sis. There is there is no way to stop or get a water substitute. There isn't. Just because Coca-Cola and everything is made with water, it's literally 5% water and the rest is caffeine and chemicals and everything else. You know, like this. Okay? What's the first ingredient on it? Carbonated water. Okay? Carbonated water. Then ethereal. Now, citric acid, taurine. What's up, Snow? But the rest of it is like sodium citrate, natural artificial flavors, caffeine, all this crap in it and everything. Everything says carbonated water. Carbonated water will help you if it's based carbonated water. Carbonated water will can help add sodium to your body. It's just like a sports drink. Salt is what you need to retain water in emergency situations. If it's a hot day, if it's whatever, you drink carbonated water, it keeps you hydrated with your own bodily water. But water is just as dangerous if it's left untreated also. You can use the purification kits. You can use all that stuff. You can use the 4 to 5 stage water filtration kits. Sand, light gravel, heavy gravel, dirt, then sand again. That will clean the water, but it will not kill the parasites. It will clean the water out of everything else that contaminates the water, but it will not kill the parasites. Like, you know, um, what are they called? The like tadpoles, like worms, um, um, those little skipper beetles that water beetles that stay on the top of the water. All of those bugs can infect you. All of those bugs can cause sicknesses. They can cause dysentery. They can cause stomach viruses. A lot of stuff. They can even give you tapeworms. That's why even after you filtrate your water and everything, you still have to boil it. You can bypass that water filtration as long as you have a cotton bandana or a cotton shirt. If you have a cotton shirt, you can scoop up the water in the cotton shirt. The cotton shirt will be the first thing to capture all bacteria and everything in it. Then it'll pour out into your water container. Then you boil your water container. You also have to know where you're at and the water elevations. If you're north, like in top of Ohio on, you have to boil your water for up to 3 minutes straight to kill anything that's in that water. If you're in the lower 48, you have to boil your water for at least 5 minutes straight because it's a lower water altitude. What's up, Razor Brother? How you doing? Always know where you're at, because if you underboil the water, you will not kill all the bacteria that's inside of it. And if you underboil your water, that just gives, if they have eggs or anything like that, you will help hatch those eggs in there with the increased heat. It will speed up and rapid process of egg hatching. But if you're somewhere in like the Okefenokee swamp of, Georgia, or you're in any of the bayous, go to the deepest parts of the bayou where there's just dark black water with brush and everything inside of it, and scoop up that water with your shirt with the leaves and everything in it. It is already past. It is already clean water. You can scoop it up, and all the debris, the dirt, the leaves and everything on top of your shirt will purify that water. Not instantaneously, but it will stop you from having to boil your water longer. Purification tablets, they work. Yes. They take forever to work. Nice, Razor, nice. Purification tablets, they work. You have to crush them up. You have to shake them. You have to set the bottle on the side for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the size of the container that you're purifying. It will leave a chemical taste to it because it is chemicals killing everything inside of it. They're good backup. Yes, they're a great backup source. But another thing you can do reverse osmosis. I think that's what it's called, reverse osmosis, where you fill up a like a clear plastic bottle with water, put on one side tin foil, lay it in the sun, and lay it to where the sun is bouncing through the plastic bottle onto the tin foil, and having that tin foil reflect it back out. If you do that for the exact same time as the purification tablets, it will purify it the exact same way as those purification tablets will. And it won't leave the chemical aftertaste or anything.
A lot of people get sick from the purification. Iodine's the same way, brother. Iodine is good for tending wounds. It's good for, a lot of things. But overusage of it, you have to know the chemistry to it. I believe it's 1 drop to every 12 ounces or 1 drop to every 8 ounces. I'm not 100% sure on the iodine, but I know it's 1 drop per ounces. And if you over tincture it, it will make you sick. It's the same thing with the purification tablets. The purification tablets can make you sick too because it is a chemical. There's also a way you can purify water with bleach. I believe I believe it's 3 droplets to every gallon. Eye droplets. 3 eye droplets to every gallon of water with bleach. And you shake it up inside of it. And it's unscented bleach. It has to be the pure Clorox regular bleach. Always, brother. But iodine's always perfect to have, no matter what. It's great for cuts, burns, everything. It's perfect to have. There's also another chemical compound that you can take that is used multi-purpose. It's been used in survival packs ever since the British invasion of multiple, countries. It's like sodium benenzi or something like that. You can make fires with it if you have sugar. You grind that up, you pour a little bit of sugar, like a sugar cube, grind the sugar cube up, put that in there, put a stick in it, rub it together as fast as you can, it'll create a fire. You can also uh, it turns water purple. That's the only way I remember. It turns water purple. But also, if you put too much in that, also you can kill yourself. So you need to know survival is all about science too. You have to know your science to know survival. You can't just, you have to do it yourself. You can't just watch a TV show. You can't just listen to me. You have to know your stuff on it. But water is the most demanding thing that we need. It it'll always be needed. So it's good knowing all your options on purified water because even taking a life straw, taking one of the Sawyer Mini, you can literally scoop out sewer water and use one of those filters on it and it will come out clean, purified water. I'm telling you the truth. Like if you look at the Life Straw, look at any of these carbon fiber filters. These carbon fiber filters are amazing. They stop everything. They're given to third world countries that have the most polluted waters in the world. They went to go and drink waters out of the river in India, one of the dirtiest rivers in the world, and they went and got water straight out of that. Did and did the filtration process and drunk that water, and it was the cleanest, healthiest water ever with the help of that filtration. So, I mean, you literally could turn pee back into regular water with it. You could pee in a plastic bottle and squeeze it back through that, and it will come out as water. But, it's the same thing with if you don't have a filter with you, it's the same thing as like a saltwater enema. Okay. You can do the same thing with nasty water, with any kind of like polluted water or a watering hole from a mass amount of animals. If you have what it takes to be in that situation where you need to have a water enema, I feel for you, but it will save your life. It won't hydrate you in your mouth, but it will hydrate your organs. It will hydrate what you need to keep you alive. There's a difference between that. Most people think, oh, I need water. I'm so thirsty. You can keep swallowing your saliva. That's the same thing. But to rehydrate your organs, the saliva will not rehydrate your organs. It will just keep your mouth. You can chew on plenty of herbs, you can chew on grass, whatever, to continuously can produce saliva in your mouth. But to hydrate your organs and everything, and you're at that, you haven't had water for 2 days, your organs are going to shut down. First your kidneys, then your liver. Well, first your kidneys, then your liver, then, you know, your stomach will start to eat away at its stomach lining. Um, but you'll create bile and everything in your stomach, and it'll start eating away at your stomach, and your stomach will lose its lining. The bile will eat its way out of the stomach, and you're done for. So you need to take a water enema. That's your last straw, you know. And when you do that, do not just willy nilly spray it all up into your anus. You need to do it slowly. You need to let your intestines absorb the water. So you're going to have to get on your knees. You're going to have to get on your face. You're going to have that bottle leaned up against a stick or something like that and let the water slowly absorb into your intestine system. Once it starts absorbing into your intestines, you will start feeling the bubbles and everything inside of the bottle. I have done this. Yes. Do not squeeze it into your anus, because as soon as you squeeze it into your anus, you're going to start shitting blood, because your body will not be able to use the bathroom. You have to rehydrate your feces, you have to rehydrate everything to have a bowel movement. And if you just squirt it in there and let it go, like I said, it's going to rip open your intestines when that feces is dried up inside. Sorry, sorry. I know it's in the morning and everything, and nobody wanted to have this conversation, right? But but yeah. There was a guy that created a short. And I'm a guy about simplicity too. All right. There was a guy that did a short saying why survivalists need to put a Bic lighter in compared to having a ferrocerium rod. And if you know what a ferrocerium rod is a tincture, well, is a compressed rod of carbon steel and ferrocerium that when you strike it, it creates metal shards that are extremely hot to make fire. Yeah, Razor. Yeah. Love you too, John. John, brother. Yeah. It, and he was trying to show that in a survival situation, you can dip a big lighter in the water for like 5 or 10 minutes, bring it back out, but it has to be upside down. Okay, there's stipulations with lighters. Okay, big lighters and regular lighters, they all work the same. Okay, regular cheap lighters will absorb water the longer it stays dipped in water or held underwater. Most lighters are meant to float on top to easily grab to pull back up. But once the water and the lighter fluid mix together and everything, you have to figure out how to dry out that water that's mixed in with the lighter fluid. If you cannot get it out, it will ruin. You won't be able to use it. Ferrocerium rod, on the other hand, if you have the skill to use a ferrocerium rod, it will save your life all the time. Yes, it is not instant flame. A Bic is instant flame, but it has the same downside as everything else. You have to dry it out. You have to make sure it will create a spark. A ferrocerium rod doesn't give a shit where it's at. If you have the right striking utensil on it, a right 90-degree metal angle, it will always spark. It will always create fire. That's why you keep both with you. If it's -40, if it's freezing temperatures, you want instant flame. Yes. If it's you're in a survival situation and it's not that cold or you're not wet or anything like that, you're going to heat up using that ferrocerium rod, the motion of striking it to warm your body up while you make that fire. But like I said, if you spent all day making your shelter and you're just too tired to be able to strike that ferrocerium rod, that's why you need a big lighter. Too many of these people that think they know survival think that they are God's gift to knowledge are going to kill people. They told them to throw away a ferrocerium rod and just keep a big lighter on them. How many times has anybody here that's been a smoker had a lighter in your pocket and either you sat down on the relief, the gas relief button, and let the gas just escape all day long, or you've had a Zippo that the seal of it, or you overfilled it and it found its way to leak out the fluid, or anyway, anything, or you've had a cheap lighter and you reached into the pocket and everything and you went to strike it and the whole entire fucking striker ball fell off. Everything breaks. Everything has a weakness. You need both. Hey, Sarah says, how you doing? Right. Painkillers will dehydrate you. There's too many people out there that think they're God's gift to whatever. There's too many of them. And those people that think they're God's gift to whatever knowledge is going to get people killed. It was what we were talking about earlier, Sarah. But we need to stop. We need to stop acting like, oh, I've been a so-called survivalist for 20 fucking years, so I know every damn thing in the world. We need to stop with that kind of mindset, with that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Conceitedness. There you go. We need to stop with the conceitedness. We need to stop making people feel stupid, and we need to stop making people get only what we tell them to get. Because everything has a problem with it. Everything. You know, if you get one of the cheapest magnesium blocks, you can go and get a magnesium block from Harbor Freight for like $2. You can get a magnesium block with a striker on it, a small ferrocerium rod, for like $3 or $4 on Amazon. It is that Bide said. A magnesium block will start in any weather. If you scrape magnesium on a dime-sized pile of magnesium and you strike it, it will light up and it will burn. It will burn through any weather. It'll burn through a tornado. It'll burn through anything, as long as you have enough stuff to fuel it and you have the right stuff to put it together. Nobody shows magnesium blocks. Nobody teaches people how to use magnesium blocks. Magnesium blocks will save you in any predicament. Trust me. Trust me on that. Yes, there is some Chinese sailors and everything that is not 100% magnesium. It's like 50% magnesium, 50% aluminum, or low grade aluminum, or something like that. It's harder and harder to find 100% pure magnesium blocks. But even if it's a 50% magnesium, 50% aluminum, it will still light. It will still burn. Because the aluminum shards in it and everything is supposed to prolong, is supposed to prolong the fire. It's supposed to prolong the ember that's burning. So I'm sitting on my porch. Yeah, I enjoyed Gigi's pop up and everything, but I couldn't do anything. When he went live and everything, there was a crackhead in the bathroom shooting up. So I had to spend an hour or whatever with that. No, I'm at the house. I'm on my porch. But if you want to learn, yeah, my house is blue. Yeah, blue and kind of like pink, but not pink. It's like kind of like tan. Yeah, but yeah, my house is blue. But if you want to learn fire basics and everything, learn all your options in fire. Learn everything that you can do to make fire. Well, it's not pink. It's like I don't know. It's like tan. It's like skin color, not pink. It looks pink with the lighting, but it's not. That's why I had to look back at it. I was like, it's not pink. Yeah, it's kind of got like a fleshy tone to it. But, always know all your options in survival. Every option matters. Every way of creating a spark, even if you have to wrap two wires around a car battery and spark them together to create a spark. It's whatever survival situation that you're in. I'm not going to say you're going to have a battery in a survival situation, but there's hundreds of cases in Alaska. Nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. I like this color. I like it. It's like sky. It's like the sky. But everybody has a different survival story. Everybody has a different survival situation. Know what you need. Know your biome. To know your home. And you don't understand how many people do not know the nature of their area that they're around. Because we stay in houses all the time. We do not know. Yes. Most people do not know what goes on every season where they're at. And that's what kills people. And people also go to other locations that they don't know anything about the weather. Almost 7 a.m. It's almost 9 out here, girl. You Californians in your 2 hours. But always learn your biome. Know the situation of every season. Read your weather. Like, I'm not talking about from the Weather Channel. I'm talking about go outside and see how it is. It's just like I learned from one of the one of the best TV survivalists, the Survivor Man. He makes a lot of good points. He does. A lot of people give him shit, but I mean, yeah, he's a man. He fucks up. He's not like Bear Grylls that is a quote unquote a perfectionist. Yeah. See? That's what I'm saying, Razor. Like, you know, things are changing. The weather, everything is changing. It We're starting to see stuff that we haven't seen in generations come back around because of everything that we've been doing to the world. But, you know, Survivor Man Les Stroud, he said the best way to know an area that you're at is go out and while it's sunny, okay, perfect time. While it's sunny, while it feels good outside and everything, go sit out in the sun for about 15 minutes. Then go and sit in the shaded area around where the trees are and wait 20 minutes. If you wait 20 minutes in the shaded area, you will feel how cold it's going to be at that night because there is no sun hitting those areas. That's how you can tell where the perfect place is going to be and how you can prepare in a survival situation for how much warmth that you will need at that night. And it's the exact same thing with the rain too. See how cold it is in an opened area with the rain coming down on you. Then go into the shaded areas where the trees are with the rain coming down and see how cold it's going to be. Yep. Oh yeah, brother. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to predict nature. It is. We have all these advanced machines, these computers, everything you know, reading everything of nature. And we still cannot predict it 100%, you know. Mhm. Yeah. We have so much going on affecting nature, manipulating nature, ruining nature to try to control it. And then we have stuff like Katrina. We have stuff like earthquakes coming. We have, landslides happening in the Alps. We we can't control it. We can never. We've always wanted to control Mother Nature. We've always tried to control Mother Nature, but she always ends up winning or turning into a completely different beast. Yeah, I we need to leave everything alone. We do. We need to stop trying to control everything. We can't even control our own people, let alone control something that's unpredictable like nature. Nature doesn't follow laws. Nature doesn't, I mean, look at every person that's tried to control anything in nature. Yeah, yeah. I believe it 100%, Razor. Yeah, I believe it 100%. I believe that we can. I mean, what was it? Almost a year ago, the earthquake in Afghanistan? Earthquake in Afghanistan. There hasn't been an earthquake in Afghanistan in over 1,000 years. And it just happened overnight. I out of everything in the world, I believe it is easier to manipulate and create an earthquake than anything else. And an earthquake is more devastating because what lives on the earth? We do. Cars drive every day. Humans walk on the earth every day. Right, Sarah. Right. That's why I said if somebody could learn how to manipulate earthquakes to be able to manipulate the tectonic plates, that is a dangerous weapon. That is such a dangerous weapon. Mm-hmm. Right, Razor. Right. They were trying to bring rain to where was it? Arizona. Bring rain to Nevada. They were trying to control the rain in Texas. It's once you start messing with nature, we get things that we don't want. We're going to bastardize some kind of creation that's going to hurt this world. Oh yeah, I believe it, Sarah. I mean, mother, nobody has ever seen the true power of water. I mean, water created the Grand Canyon, okay? It created the Grand Canyon, water. If it could create the Grand Canyon, what's going to happen to us if water can, if they could utilize water in a way, if they can weaponize water? We're all the time changing the flow of water, changing the directions of water to get where we want it to go. Oh, is that it? Got you, Sarah. What is up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. How you been, Terry? Would if we could weapon if man could learn to weaponize water, that would be a huge mistake. And that's what I don't want to live like Kevin Costner. I don't want another water world. Right? Right, Razor brother. I mean, could you just imagine us all? Could you see me looking like Kevin Costner from Waterworld? I mean, ugh. Like like California deadbeat Mad Max, you know, ugh, ugh, no. We need to show the government Waterworld, the movie with Kevin Costner in it. We need to. Yeah, see? Oh, could you just imagine like Baywatch-esque, you know, Baywatch Ravagers, you know, in their little jet skis in the Baywatch, you know, with the Baywatch buoy, and turns out the Baywatch buoy is like a spear gun or a you know, get that crap out of here. Riding around on jet skis. Ugh. Humans don't have a right to anything, really, Sarah. The government doesn't have. Humans don't own any of this shit. You know, it was a great idea for somebody to say, I own this water. It was a great idea for the government to say, we own water. The Baywatch theme. Oh my god. Diet Coke. Jeez. Love Diet Coke. I love Diet Coke.
What's up, Eli, brother? How you doing? But, you know, between earthquakes and the usage of water, that would be the end of the world. What's up, Debbie sis? How you doing? The one thing that humans need to survive on would be the one thing that kills everybody. Imagine that. If the government or the military or whatever could weaponize water, they could literally control the planet. That is something I've never even thought of as like an SHTF situation. We build dams to hold back water sources, to give water to communities, to have power, to do a lot of shit with. The exact same thing can happen to be used against us too. All the government would have to do is dam off all the usable water, all of the fresh drinking water of the world. That was a plan to take over, to pretty much, take over the world. Back in the 50s was to bottle water, to literally bottle water at the source and have it shipped out to cities, major cities that could not get water. That is true, Debbie says. I mean, look at Aquafina. Aquafina was literally tap water being sold as spring water. It was a ruse to get people to stock up on water, to have people lower their water utility bills by stocking up on pre-bottled water that you could use at a moment's notice, and you could reseal it and carry it anywhere you want to. It's the exact same idea that people are now using in a lot of states with water bottles. They tell people to bring their own water bottle. Bring this. To fill up, you have to use a water bottle. It was a ruse to lower household usage of water. So they could put. There was also a plan in the 60s to use non-potable water to go into, to have potable water go to your tap in your kitchen, but every other area of your house was going to have non-potable water to wash your clothes and all that stuff and everything. Recycled non-potable water. It's just like here in Texas. We use recycled gray water because of the droughts and everything that we have. Recycled gray water is toilet water, is water that was used in
your laundry that was used in your dishwasher, stuff like that, that's recycled and reused for drinking water. Oh, I don't know to say good morning or good night to you, Debbie. I'm sorry. But the whole entire idea is to, control us. And it is understandable why they have to control us with water. Oh yeah, brother. Yeah. I mean, the major cities, any of the ocean-based states that were once a part of the ocean, like Texas, Arizona, Nevada, all the way to the southern parts of California, they're all going into that same recyclable water idea. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, Razor. Yeah. Anything can be cleaned, anything can be recycled. It's just what chemicals are put in it. Yes, come to Texas for me. But everything is made to be reused. Everything, because of such the mass amount of humans anymore. The mass amount of humans that are in every area. FEMA FEMA is a good idea, a good intention. Yep, that's that's exactly true, brother. Say all of these cleaning plants and everything. That's why we are surrounded by an abundance of salt water, but we're not making plants or anything to desal. I can never say that word. But that's why we can't. It takes too much power. It takes too much cleaning. It takes too much to make ocean water drinkable. Right, brother. But yeah, FEMA is a good plan for emergency situations, but they are underfunded. They don't have the manpower. They do what they can with the limited resources that they're allowed. It is it, it's a facade, but it's not a facade. It's a fake glimmer of hope. Most of the backing of FEMA projects and everything are backed by other states. And if other states can't get to it or they're too far away to send resources, FEMA is just that. They have a set amount of resources that they have to use. It was like what FEMA did when they bought all those cheap safety trailers to house individuals and everything in. Those FEMA relief trailers. All of them had inadequate insulation in them, toxic insulation. They had faulty wiring in them. A lot of them were catching on fire. The generators were blowing up. Right. Right, Razor. They did have a meeting on what to do, but nothing ever happened of it. Oh, yeah. The Texas driving is wonderful. That's wonderful, Terry. Yeah. Yeah, it is a globalist branch. It literally is. It only has a small amount of US funding in it. The rest of it comes from everybody else. It's one of those great UN thought processes that all these other countries and everything and all these other states are going to join miraculously together to help. All these countries and all these states are going to join each other to help each other in times of need. And then FEMA stays there about 6 months and leaves out. Yeah. Every idea sounds great on paper until it's put into use. Yeah. Yep. For a new system. Yeah. A kind of one world thinking system. What is up, Cassie? I am so sorry. You don't have to be up, sis. You can go back to bed. What's up, Trine? How you doing, brother? There's too many planned actions that has been put into plan because it sounds so good on paper until it has to be used. Oh, not much, brother. What about you? Nice, brother. Hey, I will take you in, brother. Don't even worry. I'd love to spend some time with you. No, I understand, Trine. I'm the same way. I'm trying to relax too. My back is killing me. It's supposed to rain and sitting here and doing a good morning survival with everybody. All my brothers and sisters and my big glorious family of all y'all. But oh yeah, Debbie. Yeah. They're just as radical in any other kind of like situation also. The government is too chaotic to handle any kind of simple minded project. Yeah, we're supposed to be having rain too. I don't know how long it's going to stay. Kind of looks like Chicago right now, if you can tell. It's all foggy and everything all over the place. Feels like a great, great zombie, like Night of the Living Dead day. The world is too clustered with situations to actually control a certain one. Yeah. Oh no. Anybody trying to take my guns from me, they'll have to take it from my cold dead hands. It's it's the truth. What's up, Rain Sis? How you doing? The only thing I have to say about the gun stuff is don't make people have a reason to come to your residence to take your shit. Don't give them a reason. Because once you give them a reason, then you become, what's the word I'm looking for? You become a stereotype. A lot of our strong-willed preppers and survivalists in our communities and everything are giving all of us a bad rep. Hey, Cassie. Oh yeah, it's all a reality. Yay! You found your wrench. I'm I'm sorry, Cassie. I gotta do a renew. I gotta do a new thing. I gotta go on YouTube. I need to do a live stream from my laptop so I can, you know, give people, turn people into Smurfs. But in reality of everything, you know, as long as you can make it back home to your castle, as long as you know where your castle is, and you have escape route A through Z planned out from where your work is or wherever you spend most of your time, as long as you can get back to your castle, if anything ever happens, you are safe at your castle. Nah, brother. No, you're good. No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the mainstream YouTube survivalists and preppers. You know who I'm talking about and trying. I know, right? The mainstream face of preppers and survivalists and everything on YouTube is a select few, but they are big voices. They're the ones that give all of us a bad rep. They all believe we are fascist, crazy gun-toting maniacs. And we're not. Yes. Cassie is 20 different people in one body. Right. That is so, I'm sorry for my language, but that is so fucking true right there, trying. A lot of them are fear mongers. And that's how they make their money. That's how they make their mark. They are fear mongers. And we are not fear mongers. We are not evil. Preppers and survivalists are not evil. Preppers and survivalists are realists. We look at situations from all angles. We don't look at it just one and say, oh, end it with a gun. Because once you go to that extreme, when you say lock and load and get ready for war, the war's not even around us. Uh, uh, I'm trying to cut back on cussing, Sarah. I'm trying. Right, Razor. Get out of here, work. Fuck y'all. Yes. The thing is be peaceful. Teach people. Tell people how to survive, how to live on their own when everything is coming at them. Don't fear people into having to go out and buy a brand new 50 cal and tell them to pick off the first person that comes down your driveway that's in a suit. Don't. Because once you start passing that hate on, it starts corrupting. It's like rust. If you don't clean rust first, it will ruin everything. And the people that are in the YouTube that are considered the survivalist gods or whatever of YouTube, or the godfathers of YouTube, they can fuck themselves. Because all they're doing is making $1 while laughing. Everybody that, oh, yep, that's dead. Give me a second. Always have another lighter. Always have another lighter. Always have another lighter. Oop, hold up. Let me read this. Yeah, I butted heads with all of them too, brother. Yeah, these people are so stupid. Welcome back, Cassie. Yeah, these people are money hungry, running around with an $800 backpack on with $5,000 worth of expensive survival gear, and you got to have this name brand tent. You have to have this name brand canteen. You have to have this glorious $300 silky katana. You got to have all of this stuff. It makes me sick. They are making these people save up money that they could have made a good survival pack out of from. Correct, Tryon. Correct. Yeah. Cassie is Oracles and Beyond and Tales in the Dark. Her Oracles and Beyond is her tarot card reading channel, and her Tales in the Dark is her cryptid and mysterious channel. But it's just like Falkadivid, okay? Trying like Falkaniven. Every single one of those knives and everything, like they're A1, the Falkaniven A1. That is a $1,200 knife. A $1,200 knife. That is supposed to be the best damn knife that will get you out of any situation, blah blah blah. And it's like I got a Gerber Gator machete that'll do exactly the same exact shit that $1,200 knife will do. Yeah, right, Razor. People, you know how much survival is? Survival is a $5 billion a year business. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My Gator Mini, my Gator Junior, it's $25. Yeah, it's there is a website called Preppy out of fucking California that sells a $10,000 survival bag, handmade, custom, luxury survival bag. $10,000. Everything that's in the contents of it cost about $150. All the contents that's in there. And they say that $10,000 survival bag can get you out of any fucking situation. Yeah, look it up. Go to preppy.com and look it up. It's not even a name brand bag. It's not even anything. It's a luxury knockoff, like high-end bag. It's supposed to look like some kind of bag from Gucci or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. There's a buck there's a buck a version like a buck ripoff of the buck 111 or something like that hunting knife, hunting bowie at Harbor Freight for $15 and full tang, everything on it. And it's a damn good knife. Yeah, it'll fix anything, supposedly what they say. But yeah, look at it. This company, this preppy company, was featured on Bloomberg, was featured on Vibe, was featured on all these big name brand, like, you know, high end sale, like, shows and all this shit. Yeah, $10,000 for it. Survival is a business. It has been a business since the beginning of the 90s. And that's why I say it's a sham. Too many people are running this as it's a sham. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was, Razor. It was catered to those type of people. Justin Timberlake bought one. Um, what's some rappers bought them. Some like all these like big name people bought this survival bag. You was being charged all night? I see. I see, Sarah. But it's a sham. It is a fucking sham. And all these companies are making fun of people like us. They literally make fun of us. They believe that the majority of preppers and survivalists are stupid. They either think we're stupid, or they think we're lazy, or they think we're both. Razor. Oh shit. Oh, you was being chased. Gotcha. Okay, okay. That sounds better. That sounds better now, Sarah. But they think we're a bunch of clowns. They think, and to tell you the truth, the majority of people that are getting into prepping, oh, I bet he was, Razor. I bet he was. But the majority of, right. Yeah. People don't understand, and people are too lazy to do their own shopping. People are too lazy to do their own research. So they will hand out hundreds of dollars. I met a couple that was at Walmart looking at, survival bags and everything. One was an open heart surgeon, and the other one was a lawyer. And I spent with them like 2 hours helping them create a budget survival bag and everything. And both of them said that they can't carry anything that's too heavy because they both have back issues. They both have this. And I was like, then why are you carrying a 100-liter mountain backpack for long-term hiking if you cannot carry it? And they're like, well, we just need something to be able to throw. We want something that can carry a lot of stuff in it to throw in the back of our car so we can get out of the situation. I was like, that's your first mistake. You don't want to bug out, unless something's coming to your house or is going to destroy your house. Your house is your castle. It's better to prep and keep your stuff at your house and have it at the ready, and you can hold your ground than grabbing it and loading it up with a bunch of stuff that you have no clue of using. And what are you going to do with all those cans of, you know, pasta and everything else? You going to carry all that in and put it in your car too? And they were like, we didn't think like that. We've been watching a lot of YouTube channels and everything telling us that we need to bug out and go to a different location. I was like, what channel did you watch? Guess what they watched? The Canadian Prepper. Fucking. Sorry. Trying not to cuss. I'm trying not to. Yeah. Gotcha, Sarah. Okay. But yeah, people. Yeah. Yeah. And, trying to tell people to evacuate their house, get to another location, all this stuff. You don't ever evacuate. You don't ever, especially if you're a prepper and a, survivor. I mean, not survivor, but a survivalist. You never leave your house. Never. Unless you're between a rock and a hard place. Yeah. That used to be a thing, brother. Like hand-me-downs from the military and stuff, but now they can't do that. Yeah, tactical Taylor. Yeah, he's. I mean, the gear is kind of like mid-range 511 kind of gear. I don't know. I like LA police gear too. LA police gear has a lot of good stuff. It does. Ah, nice, Sarah. Nice. But the thing is we need to stop. We need to stop having people be fear mongers. We need to stop it. Everybody knows. I mean, we all know capitalism at its best is raising the price of everything every year. It's been that way for the last 30 years. Everything going up everything going up in price 5 cents, 10 cents. Slowly but surely it's been going up. Yeah, they are. They really are. Yeah, but the good thing about staying at your house, Debbie, you know your house. You know your land. You know most of your neighbors. If you see people strolling up onto your property and everything that you've never once seen in your life, you know who they are and you know what they want. So you meet them with a gun, you fire a warning shot at them. Always been a thing in the Appalachians, it's always been a thing in the South. You fire a warning shot at them and you yell, "Off my property now." The next one won't miss. Yeah. Yeah, Dale. Yeah. He scares people. He scares everybody. The reason why I say stay at home is because you know your land, you know your neighbors, you know what's coming around your house. It's easier to protect your house than trying to find a new place and more gear or more food or anything. Right, trying. Right. Yeah. And it's just a lot of people are afraid. And here's the thing, I don't understand why people say they're afraid to kill another human. Because if it was your life or your family's life, you would kill somebody. And it's the exact same thing. What's up, Charmaine? How you doing, sis? Yeah, right. Thank you, sis. You take care of yourself, all right? You be careful out there. Love you. But it's easier to shoot somebody and ask questions later than to take a chance and have something go wrong. Yeah, see, caravans, RVs, stuff like that. If SHTF actually happens, mobility is in danger because when the world goes crazy, it becomes a me society. It is not a sharing society anymore. The first thing that's going to go out is everybody that has generators, everybody that has diesel trucks, everybody that has cars in general. They are going to be in the lines at gas stations. And you got to think RVs drink 10 times more gas than any other vehicle. And if you have a pull behind camper, that drains a lot of gas on your vehicle also. It also puts a lot of strain and wear and tear on your truck or vehicle that's pulling it. Your house is always your best resort. Yes, have a backup plan. If you can get your hands on, say, a RV or a pull behind camper or something like that, yes, stock it out as your plan B. Use the stock that you have in your house. Don't go buy new stock. Use the stock in your house. Half the stock inside your house with your RV and the house. Then, if push comes to shove and you do have to leave your house, it's fine leaving what little that you have left in your house and go into the RV. Get everything you need in the RV and ready to go. Because usually you have a time frame of how fast or whatever the situation's moving, like the fires in California and stuff. You usually know how far away the fires are and how long it's taking to get to wherever it's going. Those situations is what happens. But if you do not need to leave, right, Dale. Take care, Tried brother. Love you, brother. Take care. Right. If it's SHTF, you have to look at how many humans is going to be in your group. You have to look how much space is in the RV or camper. You have to look at trying to keep up with each other if you want to make a caravan. If you have, say it's you, your husband, two children, say it's your sister, your brother, and their significant others, do they have kids? How many vehicles is going to be in this? If you're a moving target and you have like 4 cars following an RV, that's more of a target than your house. Right. Oh yeah. In real SHTF, you're not even going to be able to trust your own blood, to tell you the truth. You will not be able to trust anybody. When we are only 3 meals away from anarchy, and it's especially true with family. Take care, Razor brother. Love you, brother. Take care. If you are truly wanting to trust your family, they're the ones that's going to turn on you. Blood will always turn on blood quicker than anything because they know that they will use your love and they will use you to their advantage. And they will turn on you, especially when food starts running low. They'll be like, oh, you're going to give more to your child than my child? Or you're going to give more to your husband than your brother? You're going to give more food to your husband than your sister? What the hell? I'm over here, I'm starving. Your husband is, your husband's overweight and everything. He could lose some pounds. They're going to use that against you. They are going to use everything to hurt you. They're going to use your love against you. Random Joe on the street can't do that. You have to know your options, especially in an SHTF situation. You have to set guidelines. You have to set these. Right. Yeah, it is true, Debbie. It's true. Right, Dale. At least your cat will bring you something to eat. It may be a rat or a squirrel, but hell, your cat won't let you starve. Your cat would starve before you because you're a part of its pride. But it's true. Yeah. a majority, if you can find a place and you can sit back for at least 6 months in any survival situation, if you can sit back for 6 months with all your medication, all your food, everything, if you can last 6 months, a good chunk of the population will be dying in that 6 months. And I'm not talking about just from the war, from fighting each other. I'm talking about medical conditions, like what you said. Yeah, birds will do that. The birds will also look at you like their next meal too. But if you can hold out for that 6 months and everything, a good majority is going to die from health problems. The rest of the majority is going to die from fighting with each other. After that 6 months, then the scavengers, the the survivors will be making their moves. The ones that's going to be going back out, hunting and everything. And don't think that you're going to be the only person in those woods hunting for that deer, cause or sheep or whatever the hell you're hunting. There's going to be 5 other people in that 1 acre hunting the exact same thing you're hunting. Abandoned bomb shelter, eh, depends. Depends on if you can find a good one that nobody else knows about. That's one of the problems. The best place to hide in an SHTF situation is a place nobody else goes. And a good majority of those things is like dollar stores or like like hat and like furniture stores, something that's out in the open. I mean, even just bunkering down in a storage shed, like a big open storage area, like storage container units. It's it's easier to survive and hide in the open than it is away from everything. No, we ain't gonna survive everything, Sarah. You know, there's more and more homeless that rent out storage units because it's temperature controlled. It's hot. I mean, it's hot during the summer and it's warm. I mean, it's cool during the summer and hot during the winter. And you can literally survive in a storage unit. You can survive in a storage shed. And people will not be going to storage sheds. Why? Because that people do not think that there's going to be anything worth getting out of storage sheds. The only time storage sheds will start getting broken into and everything is probably about maybe a year to 2 years after SHTF happens. Then people will start breaking into those just to see what's in there, if there's anything that's usable in those things. There's hundreds and hundreds of buildings. You can find an office building. Office buildings are plentiful. And nobody's going to be going into office buildings. Because what's in an office building that anybody needs? Nothing. You could block off that whole entire whatever story you want. Yep. Pharmacies and foods always going to get hit first. Yes. And the thing is the big box stores and the big grocery chains are going to get hit first. That's why I say, like, you know, like Dollar Trees, or, Dollaramas, or anything like that. Places that only a specific few people go to. What's up, Ron? How you doing, brother? Like, most people already, like, in America, most people already give Dollar Tree a bad rep, because Dollar Trees used to be known for having expired food and, stuff like that, and cheap crap that nobody wants. So while everybody's out raiding Walmart or Kmart or whatever big box store, Sam's Club, or the big grocery chains or whatever, yeah, they'll hit houses. But the thing is, with the houses, most people are not going to be going to every community. They're only going to be going. There was a research done by, there was a research done during, like, Venezuela, when the Venezuela stuff was happening and everything. People were only traveling about 20 miles outside of where they're at to search for stuff, because gas and everything, they couldn't make long distances on foot. So if you are, say, 25 to 30 miles away from from the city, you're in luck, because they won't have the means to travel out past the 20-mile mark on foot or on small motorcycles or anything like that. They may do scouting on small motorcycles and bicycles and everything, but they will not be raiding. Take care, Terry, brother. Be careful out there. Love you. Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's why you don't make a specific garden plot. Most people, I don't know where you live per se, Debbie, but if you have wilderness around you, if you have trees around you, do what a lot of SHT, like a lot of, shit hit the fan preppers and everything do. They do what's called wild growing, like Johnny Appleseed growing. What they do is walk around the wilderness that they have around them, the trees or whatever, and drop a handful of seeds. Drop seeds as you walk around in random places. So it blends in with the overgrown grass and trees and stuff like that. But you know what you dropped. You know what seeds you planted out there. And you know where you can go and get what you need. Oh yeah, we're all going to defend ourselves, brother. It's just be be smarter. Don't try to outthink them. Think as a raider. Think as a marauder. think, what would I do if I was starving? How do you see the situation from the other point of view? Don't always look at it as the prepper or the survivalist point of view. Look outside of the box into the box. There you go. If you've got bushland and everything, wild grow, Debbie. Take a good look at where you're going. Walk like how the wind blows, and drop your seeds and let them naturally plant. All right, sir. No problem. But if you walk how the wind blows in every direction and you just drop seeds on in your walking path and you let them wild grow, you'll have a better outcome than planting a specific garden set. Always, like I always tell people, when you're setting up your area, check your fortifications. Look at your area as the person that is starving, as the person that is the survivor. Do you want to go to your house to see, to take a chance if somebody's there or not? Do you want to fight through your brushland? Do you want to fight through your defenses that you have on your house? Do you want to take a chance that somebody may still be at that house? You have to look at all angles of everything. Yeah, that's nutritious for them. All right. We'll go over water filtration because I don't think you were here, Debbie, when we did that. Water filtration can be done in a lot of ways. Okay. The most simplest one, if you have a river nearby, get a lot of containers. Okay. Also get a Sawyer Mini. It's called a Sawyer Mini Squeeze, and it's a carbon fiber filter. It filters up to 100,000 gallons of water. I mean, that's one filter. They run about $25 now. You can find them cheaper on Amazon. They run about $19, $20 on Amazon. Get about 6 of those water filtration Sawyer Minis. You can also stock up on the water purification tablets. You can also, stock up on iodine. Also, you can stock up on bleach, Clorox bleach, unscented, the basic bleach. You put 3 droplets of bleach with a eyedropper, 3 droplets of eyedropper bleach in every 1 gallon of water. But the water filtration kits, or you can also get crap, what are they called? There is a drip water filtration system by a company called, just look up water drip, gravity fed water filtration systems. There's a company out there, I think it's called like Bryson or something like that, that has a 6-prong gravity drip water filtration that you fill up, whatever container that's on top, let it drip through that and fill up the bottom container. Right. Yeah. With the carbon filter uh the Sawyer Minis, they're carbon fiber water filtration systems. Anything with carbon fiber in it will protect against parasites, will clean out waterborne pathogens, stuff like that. They're good to have. They, like I said, they filtrate 100,000 gallons of water. That is more than a person drinks in their lifetime, pretty much. Uh, Horses, not really. You don't, with the carbon filtration, you don't have to boil water after that. You don't. The only time you actually need to boil water or anything is if you do not have a filtration system at all. Um, the boiling water, you have to know your water level, water elevation thing. I'm sorry, water elevation of your area. I don't know the water elevation of Australia, sadly, but look at your water elevation chart. If you are higher than a specific amount, you have to boil your water lower. If you're lower than a specific amount, you have to boil it longer. The lower end is 3 minutes. The higher end is 5 minutes of pure boiling to kill everything in it. It's all good. It's all good, Cerasis. Maybe one day we'll do that. One day we'll do a video edit. But always know what your water elevation is. And when you know your water elevation for your area, then look at the boiling restrictions for your water elevation. It could be, like I said, it could be 3 minutes, it could be 5 minutes. If you want to, the best, it's always best to boil for 5 minutes. Always. Especially if you don't want to know all the math and all that crap and everything. Just take it 5 minutes and boil your water, and you're good to go. But it's still also better to clean the water. Like, take your shirt, take a 100% cotton shirt or a 100% cotton bandana, and scoop the water up with that and let the water run through the bandana into your holding, your container, a container. Yeah, everything needs help. You know me, Sarah. I'm not flashy or anything. I get straight to the point. Love you too, sis. But always go with plan B on everything. If you need to, it's just like if you kill an animal and you want to know if the meat's good enough to eat or anything, if say, because I know the Outback has some wild sheep and everything, because I saw that on Survivor Man. If you're able to get your hands on like a wild sheep or anything like that, and you don't know if the meat's good or not, take out the liver. Cut the liver. Cut it open. Take the liver out. If the liver is white, if the liver has white spots on it, don't eat the meat. You cannot cook the meat. You cannot, fix the meat or anything like that if it has white spots on the liver. If the liver's still good, the whole thing's good to eat. Yeah, yeah. Anything that is a breathing creature, I will eat, Debbie. And it goes the same for you. Possums are good. Possums are very fatty. Okay, you have to remember this. With the possums, you have to cook possums longer or you have to boil them to render all that fattiness from their meat. Because if not, you will get sick on the fattiness of their meat. Always, Debbie, always. Foxes do have rabies, okay? Foxes, they're one of the ones, like I say, with the liver problems and everything. If a fox does have rabies or anything, if its eyes are white when you go to kill it, if it's white, it has rabies. You cannot eat the meat if it has rabies. You can eat bats. You can. They are a rodent. The thing is with bats, though, you have to shave it. You have to cut the hairs off of it. You have to dehead it and make sure that you drain the blood out of it and you gut it completely. Yes, Ron. Ron, I don't know. I'll make an exception for you eating you first, sir. But yeah, I mean, bats can carry the bubonic plague. Um, but if they are an insect bat, I mean, like if they only eat insects, which are cave bats mostly, um, you can eat them. But try sticking with more like fruit bats, stuff like that. They're bigger, they have more meat, but you'll be wasting more time capturing bats and more time spending gutting them, and you're going to have to eat like 6 or 7 of them to end up having an actual meal. Hey, rats of certain, I mean, we've eaten rats all our life. I mean, rats are meat. As long as you know how to cook a rat, it's fine. Yeah. That's the one thing in a survival situation I will never eat. I hate, like, I love mushrooms, but I hate identifying mushrooms. I hate, that's why in SHTF, I will never You will never see me going mushroom hunting or anything. And I will not trust anybody that hunts mushrooms. If anybody brings mushrooms to me that's in my conclave or anything, mm-mm, hell no. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't know if you truly know if those are mushrooms are not poisonous or not. They're they're only their insides are full of diseases. Their head, like their saliva, are full of diseases for rats. So that's like bats and everything. Bats are the same thing. They have diseases in their saliva. That's why I say when you catch a rat or a mouse or anything like that, you gut it. You take the head and the guts and everything out of it. Then you can put it on a fire as long as you shave it or you burn off all the fur before you put it in the fire to cook, you're good to go. I mean, rats and everything are on the last the last of the meat choices, but it's just like squirrels, you know. Squirrels are the exact same thing. They have diseases, they have rabies, you know, but if you cut their head off, also squirrels have what's called brain worms. And if they have brain worms and everything, because you can eat squirrel brains, but you have to slice open the brain and everything to see if it has maggots in it. Like it's kind of like tapeworms inside of the brain. You have to slice it open and see, and it's usually on the left side of the brain. But if it has brain worms in it, then yes, you have to throw it away. You can't eat it. Yeah. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because you will run out. And it's easier to catch rodents than it is any other kind of animal. Rodents are plentiful. Rodents are always around. There will be a time in SHTF where you will have to eat rats, Debbie. You will. Yeah, yep. Pigs will do the same thing. Most animals will give you worms. Most animals will give you sicknesses because our bodies are meant to eat our bodies are meant to eat raw meat, overcooked meat. But we haven't ate raw meat for generations. So that's why we have to cook meat now because our bodies can't handle it. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are vegans. I know. Well, vegetarian. Well, you're vegetarian, so you can still eat what? Fish? Like you eat fish and you can eat cheese and stuff, right? That's different than being a vegan, correct? Oh yeah, because I know there's like exceptions to vegetarians than vegans. Oh yeah, yeah. You're good, Sarah. You're good. We got you. You said raw meat. But, you know, it's just fishing. If you want, if it comes to if push comes to shove, you said you live by a river, Debbie. What you need to do is get what's called a yo-yo reel. Okay, yo-yo reels are stationary fishing traps that are all metal that you hang from a tree branch, and you put bait on a hook and you throw the bait into the water, and as soon as the fish bites on that hook and pulls it, it'll pop the latch on the fishing line and pull the fish up out of the water and keep it hanging there above the water. It's an easy way, and you can buy, I think you can buy a pack of like 12 of them on Amazon for like 25 bucks. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love lamb. I love lamb. But get some of those yo-yo reels. It's easy. You don't have to spend any time out there. You set it and do whatever else you need. Work smarter, not harder in SHTF. In survival, work smarter, not harder. hmm Steak is delicious. And another thing, poisonous snakes are more delicious than non-poisonous snakes. Poisonous snakes have a sweeter meat, where where non-poisonous snakes has like a bland, fatty taste to it. Yep, those cows and chickens are your Swiss Army knives. You do not kill cows. You do not kill chickens. The only time you kill your chickens is when your chickens stop laying eggs. That's the only time you kill them to harvest them. Oh, you just cut its head off. You cut its head off about an inch, and like from where its head is, an inch down, you cut off because all the venom glands and everything is in its mouth. So if you cut down an inch down from the back of its head, you're good to go. The rest of it is good to eat. And also, if you if you cut off from an inch from the head, from the back of the head, and you skin, like you unravel the skin off of the body like a condom, and you let it dry out, turn the skin inside out after you get done shedding it. You let it dry out and everything for probably about a day, completely rolled back out, let it dry out. Then you have a full water container in that. That snake skin will hold water, will hold anything forever. Nope, meat is not toxic. No, ma'am. We eat rattlesnakes all the time out here. As long as you just, like I said, as long as you cut an inch away from the back of the head, you're good. The only thing is, though, even after a poisonous snake is dead, that snake head will still bite. So what you need to do after you cut the head off and everything, you need to bury that head because that snake head will still bite. It can still inject venom. In SHTF, you can get that venom. You can milk that head. You can milk that venom glands and everything, and have a very powerful toxin. Just saying. Anytime, Debbie. Anytime. But you can milk a venomous snake head for its venom. You can apply that to anything. You can apply it to a blade of a knife. You can apply it to an arrowhead. You can apply it to anything. Yeah, you can eat spiders. There's stipulations to spiders. Okay. You can eat. I know Australia has a lot of venomous spiders. More venomous than here in America. Okay. When you need to break off the fangs, you need to break them off. You need to follow that fang into its venom glands. You need to cut out the venom glands. Okay. After you cut out the venom glands, then you throw it on a fire. The fire will will melt, will like burn away the venom in the where the venom glands were. Then you bring it back out and you can eat it. Mostly tarantulas, you know, big, thick spiders, you know. Um, I've only ever ate tarantulas. I don't know about other spiders, to tell you the truth. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, in SHTF, that Heritage Park, it's going to be free game to use this. Scorpions, you can eat scorpions too. Yes, scorpion, any arachnid, any like scorpions, you know, spiders, cicadas, grasshoppers, anything like that. As long as, like, when it comes to other insects, like grasshoppers, locusts, stuff like that, yes, you can throw them on a fire and eat them, but you have a chance of getting tapeworms from eating locusts and grasshoppers. What you need to do is grab the head of the locust or the grasshopper and pop it to the left, pop it to the right, wiggle it slowly and gently, and when you pull the head is connected to its whole entire nervous system and digestive system. So when you pull that out, it'll pull everything, the whole entire intestine system, like the whole entire internal system of it. It's still a chance that you can get tapeworms. Still a chance you can get sick from eating too many of locusts or grasshoppers. Eat those very rarely, but scorpions, just to cut the tip of the tail off, because the tip of the tail where the stinger is the venom gland. Just cut that tip off, throw it on a fire, and eat it. It tastes like shrimp. Oh, oh, huntsman, black widow, redback. Yeah, you can't eat any of them. That's the sad thing. You can't eat those because they're not thick enough to be able to cut out their poison, their venom glands. I think the Hudspeth's your biggest wood, right? The Hudspeth's the thickest wood, right? I thought Australia had some kind of tarantula. Ugh. What's up, Susan sis? How you doing? Great to see you around, Susan sis. But yeah, like tarantulas and scorpions. I'd more stay with scorpions in Australia than trying to find the right spider to eat in Australia. But the thing is, I know you're abundant with snakes. So I would worry more about catching snakes than I would be spiders or scorpions. You know, you can make you can make fake scorpion burrows with a plastic bottle. Cut off the top part of it. Uh, a homemade fish trap for minnows and everything. Take like a 20-ounce bottle, um, plastic bottle, cut the top part of it, the funnel head, shove it back down inside of it, take the lid off, shove it back down inside, bury it to where the hole is opened, but put sand around the rim of the plastic. The scorpions will crawl inside and no way to come back out. They can crawl in, but they can't crawl out. So you can capture like 4 or 5 good sized scorpions in there and hold them in the bottle. Oh yeah. Really, Susan. I mean, you can eat spider legs. You can. Oh, I understand that, Terry. Hey, you welcome back, brother. Yeah. Scorpions, they're easy. I mean, they're easy to catch. They just want somewhere to hide. That's pretty much it. But yeah, if the huntsman spider is can get that big, I mean, tell you the truth, it's probably like eating crab legs, you know? And the whole thing about spiders feeling like having like pain receptors, it's not true. They don't have pain receptors. Their mind will still continue to work even after it's crushed in. Their body will still continue to move. Just like snakes. After you kill a snake, the muscle spasms inside of its body will still continuously move even after it's dead. I killed a rattlesnake and we were going to eat him and everything on a survival adventure, and that rattlesnake was still rattling its tail and still circling around, trying to wrap around itself and everything for about 15 minutes after we killed it. But most insects do not have pain receptors. so you don't have to feel bad about killing insects or anything. They are creatures of habit. Right, yeah. It's the exact same thing. It's the muscle movements. It's just contracting until the blood loss goes. That's also why. That's also why for poisonous snakes, they will still bite after their head's cut off because it's reacting. It's its brain still firing. Yeah, they do. They will still twitch. They will still move even after they die naturally. If you run over a snake, it will still continuously move. Like if it, I mean, it's just the involuntary movements of it. Like if they're too big, like boa constrictors and everything, boa constrictors won't continuously move. Yeah, yeah. All bugs, they have no pain receptors at all. Yep, that is true. Everything is a food source. And you can look at the first emperor of China had mastiffs, and they also had the Shar-Peis. They were war dogs, but they were also used to feed the first emperor of China's army. So just like horses, you can eat horses. There's still French restaurants and everything in France that serves horse meat. It's if if you go to if you go to a restaurant in Europe, in England, or anywhere in the European countries, um, and you see a horse head with a horseshoe around the neck, that means that's a symbol saying that they serve horse meat. Yep, ate pigeons. You can eat anything. Like I said, humans can eat anything. We can eat anything. It's the sophistication of us that's made us forget everything that we can eat. Maybe different with pet snakes, Sarah, but every snake that I've ever seen that's died, they still move. Terry, Terry, you don't want to wear a spider on your head like a toupee. Yeah, it's just like fish. Fish don't have pain receptors either. They've shown that tunas having huge bite marks taken out of them, like half their body missing, and they're still swimming around. Like they don't even know that half of their body is missing. Like there was videos and everything of blue tuna out like out near Japan and everything being attacked by sharks and just huge chunks being taken out of their body, and they're still just swimming around like nothing's going on. Yeah. The thing is, no matter where you live or no matter where you go, there's always a snake and a spider 5 to 10 feet away from you at all times in nature. But yeah, a lot of a lot of animals don't have pain receptors, especially a lot of like prey animals. A lot of prey animals were created that way. Yeah, yeah, they don't feel anything. They don't feel anything. The only reason why that fish is flopping around and everything is because it is suffocating when you pull it out of water. That's the only thing. It's trying to swim. Even when you pull it out of water, it's trying to swim. That's why it's flopping around. Even after a fish is dead, it can be freshly killed and everything. And once you put it in water, like hot oil or whatever, its its reaction is to still flop. You move. Oh, Terry. All right, Debbie, you take care, sis. Always, anytime, sis. You take care of yourself. I love you. Be safe out there. Right. Oh, Terry, I love you, bro. Yeah, yeah. Uh, prey animals, most prey animals do not have pain receptors. It was built into their system. It's like fish. If fish had a pain receptor, that would scare off the rest of the fish. Yes, they have senses to know if they're going to be attacked or what, but they don't. If a shark comes and bites a fish and it swims back into the group, it'll calm the group down because the fish is still alive, because it's not feeling that it's dying. So it's not scaring off the majority of the food. That's why you see countless of sharks and everything swimming around just taking bites out of huge fish. And that's why you see, you don't hear prey birds getting killed and like screaming or anything when there's another flock around when a hawk comes and gets it, because that's how they need to eat. And it was the big majestic plan of the higher being to do this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like arachnophobia with the hairspray and the and the and the Zippo. Yeah, I mean, Even predatory spiders, they don't have a pain gland. The only reason why when you see like when you flip a spider upside down or anything like that with a stick, you know, you see it still trying to grab. Like if you've ever crushed a spider or like poked a spider with a stick or something like that, you would see it trying to grab the stick like it's trying to fight. It's not trying to fight, it's trying to grab to flip itself back over because it can't see once it's on its back because the eyes only look forward. So it doesn't know that you're going to stab it. It doesn't know that you're going to smash it with your shoe. Mhm. Yeah. It's just, we 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 as humans have been programmed to love animals, to love everything of nature. We don't we don't want to take into consideration that, we want to have a reason, we need a reason to forgive ourselves pretty much. So this is your reason to forgive yourself for killing all those spiders that would want to sleep in your warm, comfy, you know, armpits or your warm, comfy creases in your legs or whatever, because spiders will bury themselves in warm places to keep warm at night. I've woke up in the middle of winter and everything, and I had a face-sized tarantula on my face. And the reason why it was on my face is because I was breathing warm air and I was breathing air on it. Hmm. But it was looking for somewhere warm to stay. Just like they'll crawl into your sleeping bag. Terry. Yeah. Yeah. You know, here in Texas and everything, they tell you to keep your shoes on a stick and hang them upside down. That's a lie because tarantulas can crawl up sticks and tarantulas will hide in your shoes and in your boots and they love to stay in the toes of boots and shoes. And there's been so many people that have gotten bit by, brown recluses and everything camping because it was a dark, warm place for the brown recluse to stay. And same thing in sleeping bags and everything. This is why I do not use, if you get a sleeping bag, get a open sleeping bag with a zipper so you can slide out. Because if you're in a mummy bag sleeping bag, you have to push yourself back out. What happens if the spider's at your feet and you push up? It's going to bite. That's the one of the number one causes that uh, killed a lot of cowboys and everything out here, if from Texas all the way to Southern California, is because they stepped on like a brown recluse or they stepped on a black widow or something like that that was sleeping in their sleeping bag. Yeah. But, if you have an open side slide out sleeping bag, it's easier to not piss off the spider and slide your feet out first, then slide the rest of your body out. Hey, hey, I like to hide in the dark holes too there, Ron. I like to get warm and comfy also. But, it you have to know your surroundings, you have to know your animals, and you have to know what makes them attack. They don't attack because they want to hurt you. They're attacking because you frightened them. Yeah, yeah, Susan. You also have what are they called? What are those spiders? I mean, not spiders, but ants called over there in Australia. Jumping jacks or whatever. Supposedly, one bite or one sting from one of those ants send like 1,000 people like a month to the hospitals. I think it's called like a jumping jack or something like that. It's a red and black ant that has a huge stinger on it. Y'all call them fire ants? I thought y'all called them something else. Or maybe just the TV show that I watched called them something. Because see, we have fire ants over here in Texas that are completely different. They're like little small little red ones that bite and leave webs. But this is like a single spider that has a huge stinger. Oh my god, flies, the flies. But yeah, you have to know most things that hurt you is not predatory creatures in the wilderness. It is the small creatures that you don't pay any attention to are the ones that hurt you. They're the ones that make you sick. It's an ant. It's an ant, Sarah says. But, if you're in an SHTF situation and you are out in the wilderness, it's the smaller things that's going to kill you. Yeah, yeah. That's understandable, Susan. Everything wants to kill us everywhere, Terry. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Sarah. But you just have to know the area that you're at. You have to know your biome. But even, in a place like Australia, there's thousands of things out there that is more dangerous than the next. Here, like here in certain states in America and stuff, you know what's dangerous and what's not. But like in Australia, you don't. You don't know what's dangerous. You don't know what can kill you, especially for an outsider. Yeah, humans is the number one. All right, family. It is 11 o'clock. I've been on here for 3.5 hours. Oh, yeah, politicians are the worst. They don't care about you. But yeah, I'm getting tired. It's time for my bed. It's my bedtime. Yeah. All right, family. I love y'all. Y'all take care of each other. And like I said, at Friday, I did that community poll and everything. If y'all haven't voted on that community poll, go give a vote on one of those topics. Then Friday we'll do a poll review, a poll reveal of what polls won, and we will do stuff from that. Oh, Wally, how you doing, brother? I'm sorry, brother. Always, Susan says, always. But yeah, go to that poll, leave a comment, do a vote on it, and hell yeah, they will. And we'll discuss Friday on the topics that won, okay? All right, everybody. I love y'all. I'm sorry, Wally, brother. I'm sorry that I gotta get off here, brother. All right. I love y'all, family. Y'all take care of each other, okay? Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Spread the message of positive positivity. Be good and kind to each other. And listen to each other. All right? I love y'all. And don't let the spiders bite. Love you, family.